Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, and the Acumen Aquas that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abad Yabah coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the title of my lesson is Through the Trials and Tribulations, We're Being Prepared. Now, when I say we're being prepared for our salvation, being prepared for Yahweh Shai when he comes back, being prepared even for the things that are coming about as to be the trials and tribulations. We're being prepared through the trials and tribulations, but also just being prepared, period. Because through all of things that we're going through, we're being prepared. We're being prepared mentally, spiritually, and physically. Because through the famine of food, we're being prepared right now in order to know how to change our eating patterns. We are learning to not just eat because something's there, but to know that there could be a time soon to where we're gonna not have as much food available. So we have to eat according to what we know that will be what's to come. And I'm making sure I'm using my words wisely because don't want anything to happen to this video. And I pray also that this video will be edifying as well. But we're being prepared. Yahweh Shem Yahushua knows what he's doing, and we also know through the wisdom and knowledge that we've been given that a lot of things are going to change and soon. And we have to, stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And we have to understand that everything is even changed from 5 years ago. The things that we eat, the way that we live, our mindsets have changed. And through the trials and tribulations that have come from even, the COVID times, we've had to make adjustments. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua has led us through those adjustments, and he's allowed us to maintain our faith through it, and he's allowed us to get stronger. But it's all because of his grace and mercy. We know that soon that the grace period will be up. But while we have this time, we got to get our faith up. We got to get our fear up for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We got to do the work, in order to gain. There's work to be done. There's only payment from doing work. There's only whether it be in sports, whether it be at your job, whether it be in anything that you do, you have to do work in order to receive a reward or a payment of any sort, so we have to do the work. And without further ado, I'm going to bring out my first scripture, and that is Psalms 34, 17 through 18. And it reads, it says, "The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of their troubles. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit." So Yahweh Shem Yahushua hears us when we cry out to him, and he knows what we need. And we have to make sure that we let him know, as far as to be humble enough to let him know what we need. And we know that there's going to be times to where we don't know if we're going to have a job. We don't know if there's going to be a sufficient amount of food on the table. We don't know if there's going to be a roof over our head. But when we are either in limited conditions or the conditions aren't to our favor, we know that we have a power. We know that we have a Father that hears us and he's gonna rescue us. He's gonna help us in our time of need, you know. And then let me just read the NLT version, and it'll break it down even further. He said, "The Lord hears his people when they call him for help. He rescues them from all their troubles, not some, but from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed." And I'm sure we all understand it, you know, through Jacob's trouble, we're going to be brokenhearted. Our spirits are going to be crushed, and we're going to call out to him more often than not, and he's going to hear us. Uh, but it's because of the work that we've done prior to. It's not that you wait till the last minute and then expect, you know, some sort of great miracle to come just because you're somebody, because we all know that we're filthy rags, but we know that we have a power. We have a Father that loves us. So when we call out to him, he hears us and he'll take care of us as long as we've been doing our part. It's not just because of who we are, it's because we've done our part, because we know that we were separated at a moment in time because we were going off. We were serving other powers. We were worshiping other gods. But now that we've been able to be reconciled, and Yahushua has come and died for our sins that we committed, now we know that we have a power that we can call on, and that we can call on him correctly because we know his name. We know our brother's name, our big brother's name, Yahushua. We call on the right names, and there's results from that. There's power in those names. And we know that we have the right name, so we have to make sure that we are calling on the right names, but also knowing that we have to be humble enough to call on those names and not let arrogance or our own understanding cause us to not call on in a time of trouble. It's to the point that we have to know uh, that it's gonna come, and as simple as that. But when it does, you have to know what to do. Romans 5:3 reads, it says, "And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience." So when we have problems, when we have situations, we know that that's going to help us. He's trying us, as gold and silver has tried to burn off. As far as gold and silver, is to burn off the impurities, is to burn off everything that will not cause that gold or silver to be perfect, to shine brightly, to be able to do what it is purposed to do. And we are, as that gold and silver, we have a purpose, and we serve a purpose. And that shining of the gold and silver is like us shining that light in the midst of darkness. But we have to have things burnt off of us. We have to be tried. And there's things that we have to be removed from us. We have to be removed from our lifestyle, has to be removed from our mindset, it has to be removed from us, period, in order for us to be that complete version of ourselves for Yahweh Shem Shai to be able to basically have us in our rightful place. So we have to go through. It is not something that is a situation to where you can make a choice. No, it's going to happen, and you have to be prepared for that. So we have to understand that that's a time that we should rejoice about, that we're going to go through things in order for us to be made better, to be made complete. And we desire to be in our rightful place, but we know that we have to go through. And the trials and tribulations is part of us being prepared for us being in our rightful place. Romans 8:18 reads, it says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present times are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And this basically, you know, just goes with the verse that I just read, because it's like we have to go through now. We have to go through what we're going through now in order for us to receive that reward, for us to be better, for us to be complete, for us to understand that Yahweh Shemi Shah don't make mistakes. And when he made us and when he developed us, he knew what was going to happen, but he also knew that we will come back to him and we will be able to be what he purposed us to be. And we just have to continue to press forward, not worry about the things that are past, not worried about anything that may come, because we know that Yahweh Shemi Shah has us. So we're not concerned about everything that we're going through. We're just praying that we endure to the end, because what's going to be revealed to us later is going to be worth it, of everything that we had to suffer through. Romans 12:12 reads, it says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. So we are prisoners of hope. We're hopeful that we're the elect. We're hopeful that we're doing the right things and we're on the right path. And we're patient in our situation. We know that we went off. We know that we've been here many times before, and we don't know who we exactly are and what we've done. And so we're just thankful that Yahweh Shemi Shah is still dealing with us, and he's allowing us to still be here during this grace period to get ourselves together, so that we have even more of an opportunity of being on those chariots when Yahweh Shah comes back. And that's what we desire to be. But we got things that we have to go through, and we got to keep praying through it. We got to keep fasting through it. We got to keep doing the things that Yahweh Shemi Shah has put here for us to do in order for us to make it. And that's something that is fearful, but it's also something that is exciting and also something that we rejoice about. And we're just thankful that Yahweh Shemi Shah has brought us this far, that we haven't fallen out of this truth, but we know this truth. There's some that are still here, but don't have a clue of who they are, who they belong to. They're just wondering about, and we're not them, and they're not us. And some are scoffing and mocking because they're not us, and because they don't get it. But it's part of the process. It's part of being prepared. And when Yahweh Shemi Shah wants you to get it, you get it. But if he doesn't desire for you to have it, then it'll be a mystery to you. It'll be something that you never understand until the kingdom is built and we're put into the kingdom. So that's part of this process. I'm going to read 1 Peter 4:12, and it reads, it says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happen unto you. So once again, it's talking about the trials and tribulations, but it's saying the fiery trials, and that is, how I spoke of what we're going through on a daily basis as a fiery trial, because it is meant to burn off the things that you don't need and that you cannot carry with you on a chariot, that you cannot carry with you in order to get those new bodies. We have to have things burned off. We have to go through to get to what we desire to be and what we desire to see in the new kingdom. So it's not about us, but it's also not about our understanding. So we have things that we have to go through. We have the things that we have to do in order to make it. So we just have to keep pushing, and we have to keep believing, because there is a reward at the end of this thing, but we have to make it to that particular reward. James 1:12 reads, it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried," and we're talking about those fiery trials, we're talking about the trials and tribulations, we're talking about everything that comes with it, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath blessed to them that love him. So that crown of life, we're looking and we're desiring that crown at the end of this thing. That's what keeps us going. That's what keeps us pushing. That's what keeps us believing. That's what keeps us motivated. That's what keeps us passionate. That's what keeps us, because we desire to get that crown from Yahweh Shai. We desire to hear him say, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." What a blessed time that will be. But we have to go through trials and tribulations. We have to go through everything that comes with it. It said, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation," and that's the trials and tribulations. The things that this world is going to bring, and this world is already brought through our lives from the moment that we came into the understanding of who we are, and even before then, but more often now, because there's power in everything that Yahweh Shem Yahshua gives us once we know who we are, once we develop into our purpose. But we have to just keep pushing. We're almost at the finish line. We can see it. But we have to keep moving. And these trials and tribulations is going to prepare us for the times that we're in now and for the times to come. We all desire that crown, and we want to be in right standing in that day. And it's like right around the corner, but we just have to keep pushing. We have to keep believing, have to keep trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahshua to know that he has us. We have to have faith, and we have to have that belief and trust, and use the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and keep studying, keep praying, keep fasting, and keep doing what he's purposed us and given us the ability to do each and every day. And we will make it. And I pray that we all do, that are sincere, that are desiring that, even at this moment in time. But we know we have to be patient until it's all over, all said and done. So with that being said, the point has been made, and I pray to all that were listening were edified. And as always, I give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Until my next lesson, Shalom.